Hey there, fellow riders. Biker Mike here, back out in the Biker Mike shop. Today I'm going to do a little video on the snowmobile gloves that I purchased and which ones I like the best and which ones I like the least and the reasons why. So I'm one of those riders that really suffers with poor circulation in my hands, and my hands tend to get really cold really fast, and it can actually be pretty painful. If you're one of those types of people, you know what I'm talking about. And it can really put a damper on the day out riding the trails. So after purchasing all these gloves, I came up with my own system of how to keep my hands warm all day out riding. So I'll jump right into this, and right off the hop we've got the Climate gloves. Now these are the Climate Short from Climb, and they have, I think, 200 grams of insulation on the back and the fingers, and then 100 grams on the palm. And just to note, this palm is like a really almost like a rubbery type of material, so it's really good for stopping water penetration in there. And the whole outer shell is Gore-Tex as well. They also have a little 3M reflector on the side and a goggle squeegee on the left index finger. So next up I've got the Climb Liner 3.0s with wind stopper. Now these are pretty sweet because they have a really nice grippy palm in them. Not only that, they're compatible with touchscreen on both index fingers. So these gloves are actually meant to be used as a liner, but I've been running them just on their own with my handlebar muffs, and I'll get more into that in a bit. But these are really nice. They have a fleece liner, and they're the heaviest of the Climb liners, and you can use them inside of any other gloves like a pair of mitts, or you can probably use them inside this to give you that extra layer of insulation. Now next up, and the most expensive ones, and that's due to the very high quality, is these Fxr backshift gloves. Now they have a full grain leather palm. They also have a goggle wipe on the left index finger. You can see there, that silicone strip. There's a lot of insulation in these. I forget offhand how much it is, but they have a fleece liner built inside of them, and I kind of either put my hand in behind the liner or right in the liner too, like, just depends how you want to wear them. Now these are, like everything else Fxr makes, is super high quality. Like, there's nothing low quality about these gloves, but for functionality, for somebody like me who really suffers with cold hands, there's a major drawback to these gloves, and that's all the insulation that's in the palm of the glove. It's really hard to get the heat from your heated grip to the palm of your hand when you've got 200 or 300 grams of insulation insulating the grip, which is your heat source, to your hand, which is cold and you need the heat. Not only that, these gloves are very cumbersome, they're very thick, and it doesn't provide a very good feeling of control on the handlebar or the switches, and which isn't a big drawback for guys that don't suffer from cold hands and don't want to run the handlebar muffs. So once again, these are really good, high quality, but functionality, it's a big thumbs down for me, due to the fact that I'm just one of those people that get really cold hands really easily. So I was pretty disappointed with them. These could be a lot better if the palm was just the leather, so you can get the heat from the handlebar grips into your hand where you need them, and not just be insulated with all that insulation in between your hand and the grip. And then not only that, I think it would provide a lot better feeling and control on the handlebar if you don't have all that soft padding in between your hand and the grip. Then I could probably get away with running without the handlebar muffs. So The last pair of gloves here are obviously the Fxr Mitts. I think they're the fuel ones. And again, with Fxr, their quality is excellent. They do make a full leather one. I chose to get these ones. And the main reason I bought these for snowmobiling is these are my backup for when the grip heaters go down, or if they ever do fail on the trail. I keep these in my tunnel bag with some hand warmers, because if you're out there and it's -20, -30 at night and your grip heater fails, that can actually be a pretty dangerous situation. You know, you can end up with frostbite and really damage your fingers or your hands, and that can, you know, also be very, very painful. So this is my backup system, and I also use these when I'm out ice fishing, and they're excellent for that. I keep a couple of warmers in each hand. I can get them off and on easily, handle the fishing rods, and then put my hands back in there to get my hands warmed up when I'm out hole hopping and fishing out in the elements. So my favorite gloves at all of these for snowmobiling, my favorite glove setup is going to be these Climb liners. And believe it or not, like, they're not even that thick, but when you're wearing these gloves inside the muffs with the grip heaters on, it's like perfect. You get perfect grip and dexterity with this high grippy rubbery palm in them. You can easily hit all your switches, and there's no cumbersome padding between your, or very little between your hand and the grip, so you can really grip it. Like, when you're wearing these gloves, it actually takes effort to grip, to just like actually turn your fingers to grip the handlebar, which sounds kind of goofy and crazy that, you know, I'm being that picky, but it actually does make a huge difference in how you can control the machine. Get one finger or two fingers on the brake. It's just like being on a motocross bike with motocross gloves almost. So you really get a good feel. You don't have to really use a lot of pressure to overcome all that thick padding that's in the palm of the hand of these gloves. So that's why I really like these. Combine that with the fact that they're touchscreen compatible, and that's like a real nice feature. When you stop, I can pull my phone out of the tunnel bag, check my GPS, or when you're making fuel stops, which is really critical to keep your hands warm. Because like I said, I'm one of those people that once my hands get cold, it's really hard to get them warm again. And when you're trying to get your hands warm back up with a pair of gloves like these, with all that insulation on the palm, on your grips, it just doesn't work. So these I don't even need to take them off when I'm at the gas station. I can unscrew the gas cap, work the pump nozzles, hit all the buttons, the touch screen on the pump, pull my debit card easily out of the windshield bag, and do a full complete fuel stop without even removing my hands and exposing them to the cold handle on the pump, or just being out in the cold air when you're checking something on your phone. Checking your location on your GPS or whatever, just having a sip of water. And they might get a little bit chilled, but you can shove them back in side here, get your grip heaters on, and get going down the trail and have heat transfer pretty much instantly go from your grip back into your hand. Your hands will get warmed up really quick, and that makes the ride so much more comfortable. I find that I only need to cycle my grip heaters from low to off, maybe sometimes high, but most of the times once I get my hands warm right away, and I can easily keep them warm by just cycling the switch from low to off, from low to off. And I could never do that with these big thick things, and my hands would be frozen for like 15-20 minutes after a fuel stop with the grip heaters on high, just because the heat isn't going into your hand. It's being insulated out of your hand by all the insulation in the glove. I don't get it. Why do they do that? Doesn't make sense. These gloves would be awesome if they made this palm and this glove with a cuff like this. But I still do like these, and I really like these. These are what I wear most of the time, and when it gets really, really cold, then I wear these inside the muffs as well. It just takes a little bit longer for the heat to transfer through, again, because there's 100 grams of insulation, but it's a lot less than what's in these gloves, and the heat transfers a lot nicer through these. But it'd still be a lot better with a palm like this and a glove like this, or a glove like this. Then you could do away with these. But these are still nice with this because you've got that trail side dexterity and real good dexterity on all the switches, and a good feeling of the machine through the handlebars. So I know that was a lot of rambling on and on there, but I really wanted to make this video just because I know there's other people out there who struggle with this same issue as me. Now, if you're one of those people that don't really suffer with cold hands and you've got good circulation, these can be great too, and these can be great, and that's great for you guys. But this video is for people who really suffer with cold hands. And if you're one of those people, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. So hopefully you guys found that video helpful. Hopefully Fxr and Climb were listening. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. Doesn't really matter to me. I found a solution that works good for me. Hopefully they come up with a glove with a palm like this and a glove like this. That would be pretty awesome. But hey, it's not a perfect world, but I'm always looking for ways to make the best of it. So if you like the video, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys use for gloves, any better solutions you guys have. And once again, thanks for watching the video. Biker Mike out.